to another episode of the Discovery Pod with Eve. I am your host, Eve Richards. We've got an exciting show today. Oh my gosh, we've got a legend, Kate Linder from The Young and the Restless. We'll delve into her illustrious career in a minute. So please make sure you watch this episode on the Discovery Pod with Eve's YouTube channel, or you can listen to us on your favorite podcast platform. I am so excited to be hosting with my friend, Mandy Fason, who I recently met, and I'm so glad she agreed to host with me today. Mandy's journey as an actress is incredible. She is from Texas. Mandy is a single mom. So, Mandy, welcome to the Discovery Pod with Eve. It's so good to have you.
Eve, thank you so much for having me. This is very exciting.
Of course.
Glad to have a fast friend in my life.
I am so excited, and I'm so sorry that I'm going to miss that wine event because I'm going to be flying to London on that day, but we're going to have to celebrate another time.
We will.
So, Mandy, tell the global audience something about you that I don't know about you.
Oh my gosh, now that's a long story. Where do we start? Well, you said that I'm from Texas. Yes, I spent a good portion of my life in Texas. I was in LA to start my career as an actress, and the course of my life did a shift I had my daughter, and so I sort of regrouped, ended up in Texas for about 10 years and went to school at the University of North Texas. And that was a big chunk of my single mom days. It wasn't always easy, but came through the other side, and I'm finally back in LA. So what is this now?
Incredible.
A couple of decades later.
You know what? I think it's such an inspiring story. This podcast is all about inspiring others, that I usually hope when people listen to all the stories, they can feel hopeful, and your journey is very inspiring. Are there any projects that you're working on that you would like folks to know about?
I am right now in early stages of development, actually, on a screenplay that I co-wrote, and we have just attached a director.
Oh my God.
So it's really exciting. I wish that I could share more, because I would love to be able to tell you where to go and follow us and track our progress. But we have a director attached. She'll be attaching talent, and it's a sort of a psychological thriller. Fun. It'll be a cool movie with a cool cast, and we'll just have a lot of fun with that.
Fantastic.
And I'm costume designing as well on another feature that we're going to shoot in Ojai in December.
Ooh.
So again, it's a project. I've got great looks. Yeah. The whole cast is coming in from Italy, and
my God,
my designs have been getting approved for the cast, but we're shooting in December, so again, it's too early to have much to share on that.
Fantastic. That's wonderful. Good segue into our special guest today. Oh my gosh. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the legendary actress, Kate Linder. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're incredibly honored to have a true force in the world of entertainment, Kate Linder. Joining us today, Kate's presence on The Young and Restless has been nothing short of legendary. With over 4 decades captivating audiences as Esther Valentine, but beyond her remarkable tenure in daytime, Kate has continued to break barriers, living a life that defies expectations as both an actress and flight attendant for United Airlines. She's a woman of great resilience, passion, and depth. And today we'll dive into her journey in ways that go beyond the screen, from what truly fuels her drive to the untold stories that have shaped her career and personal philosophy. The conversation will inspire not just fans, but anyone chasing a dream. Kate, welcome to the Discovery Project.
Thank you. That's so sweet of you. So nice to see both you guys. So great.
It's good to have you here.
It's so lovely to be here with you, Kate Linder. Oh my gosh, you're beautiful.
Oh my! You know what? I'm sorry. I'm just moving in with you guys. You guys are so great. That's it. You guys are fabulous.
So, Kate, you've portrayed Esther Valentine for over 40 years. A feat not many actors achieve with a single role. What do you think is about your portrayal that has allowed Esther to evolve in ways that continue to resonate deeply with audiences?
Well, I mean, it's. I can't believe it myself. I mean, it's over 42 years and counting. Actually, in April will be 43.
Wow.
So it's so unbelievable because I was just hired for one day.
Oh.
That's all it was supposed to be. And I think people relate to Esther because she's like every woman. She's like, she is a working mother. There was a time where her daughter Chloe didn't want to have anything to do with her. The kind of thing that people go through, and I think people can relate to her.
So, as an actress, which is a very hectic schedule, and a flight attendant, how did you juggle both, maintaining those schedules when the TV show could say, oh, on a whim, they've changed and they need you here? Or did the worlds ever collide when people recognize you for who you are?
I mean, you are so right, Mandy, because that has happened. I try to just basically fly on the weekends, so that I'm available, during the weekend. I'm very careful now to watch the weather and things like that. But in fact, CBS just did a whole segment. They followed me on a flight. It was for World Flight Attendant Day. You can still see. You can pull it up, and it was. It was really, this part, I have to tell you, because this was really fun. So I'm standing there at the gate, and this woman looks at me, and she said, Kate Linder? And I went, yeah. She said, no, you're not. And I go, I was when I woke up, so I have no idea. And she said, oh my gosh, what are you doing here? Anyway, it turns out that she ended up on my flight, and they interviewed her, so that was a lot of fun. But juggling it sometimes can be, difficult, and but I'm very careful. But I've always said, as long as I can do both of them really well, I will keep doing them.
That's incredible.
And you can't forget who you are that way. When one day, I'm serving coffee at 35,000 feet. The next day, I'm here with you guys, and then or I'm on the set. So, can't forget that way.
Flying keeps you grounded.
I love that. That's a good one.
What is the main thing to keep in your bag at all times that you can't leave home without?
Your phone.
Oh, yes. I love that.
Right.
So you've seen Esther, your character Esther, on The Young and Restless, grow over the years. What's one aspect of her personality that you believe mirrors your own personality?
Well, we're both very, very loyal.
Wow.
And we fight and keep going no matter what. And so we both wear the same size clothes, which is good.
Wow. I like that. That's incredible.
As a costumer, I would love to know what items you've been able to keep out of your closet.
Well, it was interesting because for so many years I just wore, the Maze uniform. And I had a few of those. There was a dress uniform and a regular uniform. But now I get to wear regular clothes. So,
that's incredible.
That's fun. It's a lot of fun.
That's fun. The entertainment industry is constantly evolving. What's one shift that you've observed you believe has been the biggest impact on the way stories are told today?
Well, things happen fast, right? I mean, even as far as shooting it, too. I mean, we do 60 to 80 pages a day.
Wow.
And a nighttime show, a film will not do that. Nighttime show, an hour show will take a week to shoot it. Films, you can do maybe a page and a half a day.
Wow.
It's very, very fast. And so pretty much we get one take.
Wow.
And if they have to do it over, I don't want it to be because of me, that's for sure. So, you really have to be on your game, and you really have to know your lines and be there. That's changed, because we used to be able to take longer and get more takes. It's definitely
Master of your craft, for sure.
Well, and it's a craft, and it's a business. I mean, they call it show business for a reason. It is the business of show.
Yeah.
And you have to treat it as such. And I still go to class. I still go to my acting class and voice lessons, and I'm a dancer, dance class, because you have to keep it up. And I don't take it for granted, because you can go upstairs one day and never come down. And so to me, this is my life. I absolutely love what I do. And we've just shot our 13,000th episode.
It's amazing.
I mean, how many shows can say that?
Right.
I mean, it's just amazing. And there's all kinds of great things happening on Young and the Restless always, but there's really great stuff right now, so people need to tune in.
It's obvious how passionate you still are about your craft, and I can relate to choosing between stability and passion, and sometimes having to do the juggle, putting something on the back burner. But in this world where everyone may feel so pressured, especially up-and-coming actors, how have you managed to honor both your love for acting and your career without compromising either?
Well, I'm very fortunate that I've been able to give back.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful to Young and the Restless, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do that. So I'm celebrity spokesperson for ALS, and I'm ambassador for lupus, and I do lots of things at the LA Mission, and it's just so great to be. If I can make someone feel good or help someone, even for 1 minute, that's a really, really good thing.
That's incredible. So,
in fact, I have this. You talk about different charities. My mom, unfortunately, had passed away, but she was an incredible artist, and she would be 100 this month.
Was
November.
she an actress?
No, she wasn't. Though she was on the show a couple times.
Oh,
she was able to be. They put her in, and so that was really great. She wanted to be one. I know, but she's exceptionally talented artist. I don't think she realized how great she was. And we're having an event on November 23rd. It's going to be at 9176 Sunset Boulevard. It's the gallery. It's called 9176 Gallery.
Wow. And
it's open to the public. It's free, and anything that does sell that day will go to ALS Network.
Okay.
And so I'm honored to be joining them in doing that. Yeah.
So to piggyback on that question regarding your philanthropy, you've been a governor of one of the peer groups for the Television Academy. What can you tell us about your role as the governor?
Well, I've been I was governor before for the daytime peer group. It's the Television Academy, in case people don't know. It's broken up into different peer groups. There's directors peer group, there's costume peer group, there's hair and makeup. Writers. I mean, there's all kinds of different peer groups. And so I was governor for 2 terms of the daytime peer group, and now I've come back as governor for the performers peer group.
Wonderful.
And I really enjoy doing that, and we've been doing incredible things. We've been able to network and work the groups together so people can meet each other and help each other, because I feel that, and I think you said this, Mandy, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
And so we just have to keep working and keep helping each other.
And I love that you found a passion project to honor your mother.
Yeah.
And there's, I'm sure, I'm not even aware of how lupus affects someone's life, but if I were a caregiver, and just to learn resources how to navigate that, taking care of yourself while trying to take care of another, I don't know if there's are there resources that you would like to recommend for people?
Well, I mean, the different groups that should really contact the organization, that lupus organization and ALS Network, because they definitely have resources. There was a board member for the organization for ALS, and Andrew Fason, I'll never forget him, because he said, it doesn't matter how many breaths you take in this lifetime, but rather what you do with those breaths. And so I've decided that, because my brother-in-law had ALS, so I know a lot about it.
Yeah.
And my sister-in-law from different side of the family had lupus. So, I know about those things, but if we can just all, together help each other. I mean, we can put people on the moon. So I know that we can find cures for these things.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
So you've been in the public eye, for 43 plus years. A lot of people think they know you very well. What's one thing that we don't know about you that you would love to share?
Oh, maybe that I don't want to share. Maybe that's I don't know. I don't know about that. Let's see. One thing that you don't know about me. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I think a lot of people know things about me and know that I care and that I try to give back. What you don't know about me. Let me see. I'm always losing my phone. Maybe that's good. That's a good one, right? That's good. Well, no, here's something I have to do every time I leave the house, because I have my phone? Do I have my calendar? Oh, I know what you people don't know. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, this is good, because see this?
Yes.
And see, it's pink,
Oh,
so I can find it in my
love
purse.
the color.
Okay. But I have stuff on my phone and all the technology and everything, but I need to see things. See, this is my life. I don't know if you can see it, but it's just kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah.
We are.
And that's what I need.
We are so much the same.
Oh,
I
my
can
gosh,
take notes
that's
in my phone, and it does nothing for me. I have to write it down and check my calendar, and I have to have that physical book in hand.
Okay, that's it.
That's a very good one. Love it.
So what is next? Of all your career, you've done so many things, and of course you've got your organizations, but is there part of your dream or another part of the goal that you would continue to want to pursue, or a role you've not played, or an aspect of your character that you haven't developed that you would like to play with?
Well, that's really interesting question, because I've always wanted to do Broadway, and I am a singer-dancer, so
wow.
I would love that.
Nice.
I'm putting that out there, so
I'm surprised you haven't done it yet. Yeah.
Well, I love musicals. I love theater, and so it would be great. But I'm not. You see, you never give up. In fact, I do these Sunday messages. I don't know if you've seen them. Go on Instagram.
On Instagram, I see.
Yeah, I started it when the pandemic started.
Wow.
So this last Sunday I did so I'll be coming up, I'll probably be like number 243, something like that. And I keep them really short. They're just like a minute. And things I say, positive, uplifting things, quotes I've seen or that I want to pass on. And most of the time I'm saying them because I need to hear them as well. And so, I just keep doing that.
So, just every time I see you, you're always so well balanced and so lovable in an industry that's constantly shifting, changing. having played that character, Esther Valentine, what helped keep you balanced?
Well, that's a good question. If you're really good, you're asking these questions. I'm going, okay. What do I say about that? That's a really good one. Because, I think because I give back.
Yeah.
And because I want to give back. I see it. I remember years and years ago, this, I received a letter. See, that's how. Years ago, I received a letter. Got that, guys? And from viewer, and she said that her sister was really sick. And it was her birthday, and could I, send a picture, say happy birthday? And I thought, well, it's never going to get to her in time. So I called information.
Wow.
See, that's how long ago it was.
Wow. Information, like 411, like
Yeah.
411,
Yeah,
right?
like 411.
Yeah.
And I was able to, I got her number and I called her up and I thought she's not going to know who Kate Linder is. So I said, hi, this is Esther, from The Young and the Restless. I just want to say happy birthday. And she said, I'm really sick. I said, I know that, but and we talked for a while. Well, anyway, afterwards, her sister sent me a letter and saying, oh, my gosh, she couldn't believe it. She'd gotten a lot better. The white count did something. Oh. And I followed. She unfortunately did eventually pass away, but I followed her family and her kids for years. We kept in contact. And I thought, oh, my gosh. If I can make her feel good just for a little bit.
So that's another sweet story that no one may have not known about you, but that is positivity and keeping the vibration high.
Yeah.
It's just to be able to, and to meet people and to see people. And I get to be, there was a funny thing that happened on the airplane one day. This is really funny. It was really turbulent. And there was this group on, I think they were from Turkey. Mm-hmm. And our show, Young and the Restless, is all over the world. So anyway, I think we were going from LA to Las Vegas, and it was really, it's usually bumpy anyway. Yeah. So the captain wouldn't let us get up, so we didn't get up. So at the end, these people were getting off, and this, he came up to me because he didn't get anything to drink. He was really upset, and he went, Esther, bad. And I went, oh, no. I never forgot that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how often do you fly? Like once a month?
Well, it's just different. What I've got going on and just trying to, so some flight attendants will pick up my trips. There's, different things. I switch them around, train them around. And
I have a good
I just went to training. You have to go every year, you have to be requalified. So I just did that. So that's good. I can still do it. So
I have a good question going back. I mean, I fly a lot as well. I know Roger doesn't like to fly. So there are a lot of people, including me, even though I fly all the time, but I still go through the jitters with all the bumping. Like, what do you tell folks to keep them mentally zen because it's expected to go through the turbulence, especially going through like Colorado, the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah.
So what's your advice?
Well, it's flying is really safe. It's safer than in your car. It's safer than crossing the street, these days.
Roger.
It's safer than on the freeway. It's safer. Like I just ran and got in a pothole and wrecked it, for a millionth time.
Let's tell Roger that.
So, but you have to you need to keep your seatbelts on. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's very important because the plane can drop. And if you're not in your seat, you should keep it on all the time, even when the seatbelt sign's off. Yeah. I always do if I'm as a passenger, because because you're safe, but I don't like roller coasters, so I don't like turbulence either. But you just remain calm and just try to think of something else.
Have you saved up a lot of free flights? And is there a place you haven't gone that you want to travel to?
Oh, there's lots of places I haven't gone to that I'd really like to go to. I mean, I want to go to Portugal. Mm-hmm. I've heard that's really a great place. I've been to, a lot of amazing places. Hong Kong was always one of my favorite places, though I haven't been there in a while. Australia.
I love Australia.
Yeah.
Sydney.
Is big everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Melbourne.
Oh yeah,
Cairns.
Oh yeah, I've been to Melbourne.
Cairns.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
that's neat.
So this is a very special time of the year. I don't know when this episode is going to air, but obviously the holiday season is such a wonderful time. And for you, how do you celebrate the holidays?
Well, it just depends on what I've done. I have done 4 USO tours, so for lots of several of the holidays I was in.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It was great, and there were guys. Thanks. I was in Afghanistan and Pakistan, all the stands, Guantanamo Bay, Korea. There was a lot. So
that's fantastic.
And to be there during the holidays. I was there during Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving happens to be one of my favorite holidays.
Yes.
But I'll never forget because they came up to me. They said, there's this woman, a soldier, and she wasn't going to be able to come into dinner because she was on duty. Yeah. And they said to me, she's a big fan. Do you mind? Can you go? Can we take you to meet her? And I go, yeah, of course. And so I went to meet her. And when to see her eye, when she saw me and everything, and she was looking at me and she said, "Oh my gosh, this is the best Thanksgiving I've ever had." And here she is. She doesn't even get to have dinner. She's on duty, whatever. And I went, "Oh my goodness!" And so that made it one of the best Thanksgivings that I ever had.
That's incredible.
So.
You have impacted and changed lives more than you will ever know because you've crossed paths with many people that you'll never even know how you inspired them. I think that's really beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
It's just, we can all help each other and, and you can always learn.
Yeah.
You can always learn something. Every day I learn something.
Your life is truly inspiring. And I think so many people are going to want to watch this episode over and over. You've shared so much wisdom. I think one of the things that a lot of actors or young entertainers coming into the industry, a lot of people think, move to LA and you'd be discovered in 5 minutes. But one of the things that I really have taken away from this is continue to study. What's your advice for anyone out there who wants to chase this dream?
Well, I call it working the program. And you just have to keep going and studying. And like I've said, that it is a craft, it is a business.
Yep.
And you need to treat it as such. And if you want it that badly, don't you ever give up.
Thank you.
Ever give up. No matter what people say. Oh my gosh, I have this story. Okay, I was in San Francisco.
I lived in San Francisco.
Yeah, I graduated from San Francisco State.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I used to live in San Francisco.
Yeah? Oh, wow. See?
Yeah.
I knew
we had something in common.
Yeah. And anyway, I had gone in to try to get an agent. I went in to get this, an interview. This is a long, long time ago. And they knew I had started on the stage and everything, and they said to me, you just need to stick to the stage. He said, you're not pretty enough. You can't be on TV or film, And so of course that I was devastated, and I allowed myself to be devastated, for a day, and then you just have to pick yourself up.
And how many episodes later have you been on TV?
Yeah.
And then I was so, it was so great. In fact, when I was honored, and it was such a huge honor with star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh,
I mean,
fantastic.
I said, oh, well, okay, send them an invitation. And
that's wonderful.
Excellent.
But what I mean is that it doesn't matter what anyone tells you.
Yes.
What anyone says. And I've had a lot of people say, are you kidding? You can't do that. And what if I had said no to the
Yes.
casting director when they offered, because he called me. I went in on a general interview. It's Tom Palmer. He was an incredible man. And he said, okay, he called me later. He said, I have this role. He said, it's really small. If you blink, you're going to miss the whole thing.
Yeah.
But he said, I'm looking for something else for you on the show, which that normally doesn't happen. And I thought to myself, what if I had said no? Most people would not have taken that.
Wow.
And it had to be true acting, because it was a line that my family never heard, which was, dinner is served.
But they always say in acting, there are no small roles, there are no small parts, and that's such a great story to as an example, because you were needed, you were asked, you could have said no, but it was a life-changing. It turned out to be a life-changing career role.
Yeah, yeah,
The one thing as well that a lot of people, it's an industry where there's a lot of rejection, which you just talked about. How do you handle it, and what's your advice for anyone out there? As you just mentioned, don't, keep going, right? So how do you handle those rejections?
It's really interesting that you brought this up, because I just went to see a play, a musical, of course I love, and they had they ended up having the producers and who started it. It was a film and everything, and he was saying that they were rejected 40 times. Wow. Before some. In fact, I'll tell you what it was. It was Back to the Future, and they were rejected 40 times before.
He was
here?
First, yes.
Oh,
Bob Gale.
Yes.
Oh, you saw the musical.
Yes.
Yes. So the first episode aired with him, and he talked about his scripts. Yeah, 42 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
See?
He kept going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
great story.
Yeah, fabulous story.
Yes.
And he didn't give up, and he still doesn't give up.
Yeah.
And that was inspiring for me to hear, too. That, no matter, it only takes that one person to say yes.
Yes.
And, I keep asking the question until I get the answer I want. Basically.
That works. I like that.
So did you see it on the opening night on November 5th?
I did.
Wow. I was going to go on November 5th, but something came up. I got to go see it. He was actually the first guest. The show premiered with him.
Really good. It's still running, at the Pantages.
I think till December 1st. I remember that because we talked about November 5th through December 1st. Yeah.
So, Kate, I cannot wait to go see you at a Broadway show.
Oh, yeah, me either. See, I have to listen to myself. You never give up.
What is your favorite song that you sing? If you're singing
my gosh.
For yourself at home or wherever.
Oh, well, I like musical theater, so any, musicals, I've been in several of them, and so.
Wow.
And any musicals, things from Gypsy, things from Chorus Line, things from, I love all of them.
So, if you could share one message with the next generation of actors, something that truly encapsulates what you've learned, what would it be?
I've said it, work the program. Study, work, and above all, don't give up.
So as a follow-up question to that, looking at your illustrious career, 43 years is no easy fit. In an industry where there's constant shifts, writers, producers, what do you think is, besides your wonderful personality, what's really kept Esther? 43 years is not an easy, so what do you think it is about? You talked about it before, but it's fantastic.
I think that people can relate to her, and because she's not, one of the glamorous people on the show. She doesn't have all the amazing clothes and the jewels and everything. Though she's getting better. She is better. Because her daughter, Chloe, who's played by Elizabeth Hendrickson, she's so great, is a fashionista. So Esther has to dress better because she wouldn't let her mother go out of the house looking like that if she did. But I think it's just, she's relatable, and people care. And you know what? I think a lot of the comedy. I mean, you see, when I first started, there wasn't really comedy on soaps in daytime. In fact, my boss, Bill Bell, who was the creator and the head writer of Young and the Restless, because in the beginning I didn't have any lines, and I thought, if I don't try something, if I don't do something, I'm going to be gone. If I do something they don't like it, I'm going to be gone. But I better just I got to go for it. So I would do things like one day I asked props if they had a spoon with like melted chocolate on it.
Wow!
And they went, okay, yeah. And so they gave it to me. So in the script, it just said Esther goes to the door, answers the door.
Yeah.
So I could never do this now. I don't think I could get away with this now. But I took the spoon, and I have chocolate all over me. I'm trying to open the door. Just things like that I would do. But I always did it when we blocked the scene, which means they show what, so the cameras know where they're going to go. I always did what I was going to do, so that they knew. I didn't surprise them. Like one day I was dusting, Esther was dusting, and I sneezed, and then they went, okay, cut, and I said, what? And they said, well, you sneezed. I said, yeah, and they said, oh, we thought you really sneezed.
Wow.
But I think it was those endearing moments that allowed us to fall in love with your character, and it created that dynamic between, what was it, Catherine?
Mrs. Chancellor.
Mrs. Chancellor. Yeah. And,
Jeannie
we were rooting for you because we didn't want you to be so bullied.
Well,
and
see, I
you stood up for her, right?
Oh, you mean with Jill?
Yes, that's right.
See, we need to ask you because you know, and you watched it all these years, which makes me very, very happy. So why do you think Esther is lasted all these years and continuing?
She's relatable.
Because you made her real.
Yeah, you made her real.
And we cared, and it was like, you may have thought it was just these little brief moments, but you made them matter. You brought, we didn't know it wasn't on the page, but you just said it. You allowing to take those risks and those changes to create that real moment where we were all like, oh my gosh.
Well, it was like one day, I had to send the script, Esther goes out and gets the mail. So I went out, I got the envelope mail, I held it up, look, no one's looking, put it in my pocket, walked back in the house.
Wow.
It didn't say, and no one ever talked about it again. So,
wow.
But just...
So you're always so busy with everything that you're doing. How do you maintain the peace, just maintaining balance between work, all the charitable events and activities that you...
Well, there's I've heard this saying before too. If you want something done, you ask the busiest person you know. So I think basically that's it. I just I keep going and work as hard as I can.
Wow, that's incredible. So what's next for Esther?
I don't know. Who knows? I never know what's next.
Really?
For Esther. I never know. I can't wait to get the scripts and I go, what? She's doing what? I remember one day when Esther became a bag lady. I was like, it says Esther becomes a bag lady. I go, what? I love that.
But
I would like to be on Dancing with the Stars too.
Oh, let's make it happen,
Esther on
right?
Dancing with the
Yes,
Stars.
Dancing with the Stars. If anyone, the producers, or let's make the... You would be fantastic in it. You've got such an infection, like your energy, it's like you would be excellent. I mean, I hope it happens.
Yeah, I would love that. That would be fun.
Oh my!
I mean, that would be great.
Well, you're a dancer, right? You said
Yeah,
so. You're trained.
but I'm not a ballroom dancer. But I'm a tap dancer.
That's incredible. This has to happen.
It's going
Let's
to
make
happen.
sure it happens. Like,
Okay,
I'm
guys.
gonna come and see you do like on Dancing, making sure I'll get a ticket to come see you on Dancing with the Stars. Let's see.
So we were going to ask you, Kate, if you could have dinner with any 3 individuals, past or present, who would they be and why?
Oh my gosh, you guys.
It's a hard one. Everyone
That's
has to answer this one.
Well, you guys could be 2 of them because you have a lot
thank
more.
you.
I think.
are-
You know, I think Roger would be good too. For all 3 of you, it would be good to have dinner.
You are.
Well, we can make that happen. I'll set that up.
Wow. I can't believe that the time has gone by so fast. Kate, your journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. I mean, to have gotten to speak with you today, every time that I see you out there, you're always so graceful with everything that you've achieved. You're so down to earth, so relatable. It is really inspiring. And I really hope viewers get to watch this very inspirational episode with the legendary Kate Linder. What did you make out of this? This was fantastic.
Well, I think everyone should follow Kate on Instagram and catch her inspirational Sunday mornings. That's
Yes.
a way to keep your vibration high, and obviously we could all use a good dose of positivity in our lives.
I think it's such an inspirational episode, not just for actors, but for anyone who's chasing something, a new career, whatever. She's so inspirational. All the work that she does with charities and the philanthropy. So I am so grateful that I gotten to know her and we had an opportunity to speak with her. And obviously she's got this. Do you want to promote this one more time?
Yeah, this is, I don't know, well, if you go on, it's for ALS Network, and myself, it's on November 23rd from 2 to 6. It's at 9176 Sunset Boulevard. So if you're in the LA area, it's east of Soho House. It's free. It's a showing of my mom's work. It's to honor her 100th birthday. She would have been 100. She was exceptionally talented. She didn't even know how talented she
that's
was.
fantastic.
And anything that sells will go to the ALS Network.
That's fantastic. Kate, thanks again so much for being here.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this episode on the Discovery Pod with Eve's YouTube channel, or you can actually listen to us on your favorite podcast. Mandy, thank you so much for hosting. Roger Neal, thank you for producing. Jamie, thank you. Kate, what an honor to have the legend with
Oh my
us today.
God.
It's been incredible. Folks, please watch this episode with the legendary Kate Linder. Please watch it. Thanks again for watching, and see you next time. You never know who's going to stop by. Until then, bye, everyone.